top 10 best things about WrestleMania, and I'm going to start with the best. It's actually when Cody Rhodes is down on the mat, Roman Reigns has the chair, right? He has the chair, and he can knock out Cody, win, and continue his historic reign, and yet he chooses revenge, a ghost of his past, something that he's never fully gotten over. The Shield. Seth Rollins had come in Shield gear, and there he is, standing up, struggling to get onto his feet, and Roman takes the chair and whacks Seth freaking Rollins with it, because 10 years, that's 10 years prior, Seth Rollins did the exact same thing to Roman Reigns, and apparently Roman never got over it. And you know what's crazy? That's the moment that maybe Seth created the tribal chief, because he betrayed him. Now, it took a while for him to become the tribal chief, because he was a good guy after that and all that stuff, but in the end, that's when Roman might have stopped relying on friends and started looking towards his bloodline, his family, and he never fully got over it. He had a choice. Does he take revenge, or does he take the win? And he took revenge, which ultimately caused him to lose the championship. Now, I highly doubt that was long-term booking. However, when the situation arose, it was a callback. They remembered, and they used something in the past to justify something in the present that altered the future. When he had the chair, I'm like, he's gonna hit Seth, just like Seth hit him. And then it happened. It was like, it didn't ruin anything if you didn't know, if you hadn't been watching for 10 years, but it definitely rewarded us who has been watching for 10 years. And that is the number one best thing about WrestleMania. CM Punk on the kickoff show. I don't know if this counts. It might be cheating, but the kickoff show, CM Punk, to me, was better on the kickoff show than he was on commentary with Drew McIntyre. I thought CM Punk had a lot to say. He looked like he was having fun. Maybe it was difficult to be on a commentary booth with 3 other people, and I can see that. Like, how are you supposed to get in your lines when there's literally 3 people? 3 people is hard, let alone 4 people doing commentary. And so I get why CM Punk might not have been like the greatest on commentary, even though he does play an important part in the match. But his kickoff stuff was great, and I loved. I even did a YouTube short on how he poked fun at AEW by basically, when they were talking about Rocky at one time, they're like, oh yeah, this is like a Rocky story, or we're in the city of Rocky. CM Punk was Rocky. I don't know what that is, because when CM Punk was injured, Jon Moxley said, let's do the Rocky angle where I completely squash you, and then in the next match you do a comeback, just like Rocky 3. I think it was Rocky 3 or Rocky 4. I don't know which Rocky it was. And CM Punk thought it was an idiot idea. So him saying, I don't know that reference of Rocky, that was a dig at Jon Moxley and AEW. So CM Punk, classic CM Punk on the kickoff show. Really enjoyed that. Number 3, The Rock. Not gassed. Okay, this was Rock. They say this was Rock's first match in 8 years, but it was really his first match in 11 years. 8 years ago, he fought Eric Rollins in a squash match, which is basically just ring the bell, rock bottom, pin. Okay, it's an official match. Good for you. But an official match is when you go more than 5 minutes, and, well, even a minute. And The Rock, we all thought that, you know, he's in good shape, right? Way better shape than me. His leg is in better shape than my entire body. However, being wrestling in shape, ring in shape, is way different than bodybuilding or lifting weights. And it's tough. It is tough. You can ask all the athletes who have ever competed in a wrestling ring, and they'll say wrestling is one of, if not the toughest experience they ever had. And The Rock, we all thought that, oh, he's in a tag match because he can't handle it, right? No, Rock carried that match. I mean, well, maybe carried is a strong term, but he was just as active as a participant as everybody else. He didn't, like, hide away in the corner, waiting for the hot tag and wrestle 2 minutes and win the match. No, he was in there. That was a 44-minute match, the second longest match in WWE WrestleMania history, only behind the Iron Man match of WrestleMania 12 that we all know had a 60-minute time limit, no matter what. And then it went into overtime, so like 64 minutes, I don't know. But regardless, The Rock was in it from bell to bell, right? Bell to bell. The Rock was not gassed, and I got to see heel Hollywood Rock wrestling, not just the promos, but as an active wrestler again at WrestleMania. That brought me back. I was it the Ruthless Aggression era that he was Hollywood? I don't care. It brought me back to the Attitude Era, and loved it. Great job, Rock. And I did a short about how I appreciate how The Rock handled himself during the WrestleMania, this whole WrestleMania experience. I should do a solo video on that. I think I will, about how awesome The Rock is, like, as a human being, and a heel character as well. So, the next thing, let's go with number 4, Samantha Irvin. This might be a weird choice, but the ring announcer, she was great, okay? And I'm not just saying this, okay? I'm not being a simp here. I know she's hot and all that stuff, but she is fantastic. Looks aside, I don't even care about that. She is absolutely 100 fantastic. I think she is the best ring announcer since Howard Finkel. Listen to her announce Cody Rhodes' victory at the end. You can hear her being choked up. You can hear the emotion. She can barely get it out. And your new champion, Cody Rhodes. Samantha Irvin did a great job. Number 5 is well-deserved wins. Well-deserved wins. R-Truth. First, he's 53, 54 years old. First win at WrestleMania. Becomes tag team champion with The Miz. I don't like that tag team, but at the end of the day, I'm just glad he won a championship, and he did that hot tag routine that he did at the Royal Rumble. It was hilarious here, too. R-Truth is, like, he can actually make comedy work in wrestling. Drew McIntyre, totally. The dude was on the top of the world, and then 2020 happened, the pandemic, and everything changed right before his big moment of toppling the Beast at WrestleMania, and a couple WrestleManias ago. Everything stopped, and he had to win in a warehouse. Yeah, still cool, but not really. It's like your big WrestleMania moment, beating Brock Lesnar, and you win in a warehouse full of nobody. I'm so thankful for Drew McIntyre carrying the company during the pandemic, but he really missed out on that moment, and he got it at WrestleMania. Bayley as well. Bayley is a true fan. I've never fully connected with Bayley as a character, whether she was good or bad. She's made me laugh as a bad guy, though, way more than a good guy. And she's had her moments with me, but even though she's not my favorite, I do appreciate her appreciation for wrestling, and for her to get the win, I was like, yes, good job. Sami Zayn, this one's tough for me. I struggled with, I want to put him, I know he's in a lot of people's top 10, like Sami Zayn got the big moment, but honestly I thought it should have gone to Chad Gable. So it's a well-deserved win, but I guess well-deserved wins. He goes in the well-deserved wins, but he's not going to get his own number by himself because, honestly, I felt it should have been Chad Gable. And if I do a top 10 worst things about WrestleMania, it would be the fact that Chad Gable didn't get the victory. I know that's... I'm happy for him, though. Sami Zayn, great, wonderful person. And then, of course, Cody Rhodes winning. Amazing. Great. I'm not going to lie. I teared up. I tried really hard not to let people see me because I didn't want to, look like, I'm proud to call myself a Cody crybaby, but I don't want people to actually see the tears. But yeah, it was emotional. It was definitely emotional. Not just Cody losing, but Roman Reigns passing of the torch. Like, we're never going to see that again. And Cody, wow. All right. Yeah, Cody, jeez, well-deserved. Well-deserved, Cody. Let's move on. Stephanie McMahon showing up. McMahon is almost like Voldemort at this point. The name that shall not be mentioned, and we got to see Stephanie. I don't know if the Vince allegations are true or not. If they're true, then you know what? you're like Benoit now. Bye. We don't need to talk to you anymore. You ruined your legacy. If they're not, I hope he's cleared, because I really don't want them to be true, because I was a huge McMahon fan, and it hurts to think that he could be such a horrible person. I'm hoping that the truth, no matter what the truth is, I hope it gets out. But that aside, unfortunately, it's cast a shadow over people that had nothing to do with it, like Stephanie McMahon. Stephanie McMahon loves the business. She's been in the business for a long time. I did see her at the Hall of Fame with the ECW hat, beret, and I thought, okay, cool. You know, she's there. She's Paul Levesque, Triple H's wife, but the fact that she came out and did the welcome night 2, I was very happy to see her, you know, and I hope that this will not be her last appearance, because she loves the business. She's been important to the business, whether you like it or not. She's been important to the business, and honestly, she's a great character. She's been a great character for a very long time. Has she always hit home runs? No, but who has? Really, who has always hit a home run? But on the business side, behind the scenes, A+. I've heard that a lot of good things about her. Let's go to Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre, a highlight for me. Oh my gosh, I've loved this version of Drew McIntyre. He's just amazing. Just absolutely amazing. And I loved that he won. Okay, I already put him in the well-deserved wins, but I love that he won the match, because basically the way he did it. Okay, from the opening bell, he does a Claymore kick right away. You know, he's just showing that he's all business. But yet he has time to make jabs still. He goes out in the crowd, I think it's his brother, he grabs his brother's phone. In the middle of the match, Drew McIntyre tweets with his brother, and he puts, "Bored at work, LOL." He's literally at the WrestleMania tweeting board. He is like top tier troll, and that's very rare for someone as big as Drew McIntyre. When I say like he's big and bulky, usually you get those little like a Dominic Mysterio. That's like the typical troll and sarcastic, not Drew McIntyre size ogre, you know. And it was great. And then he wins. Awesome. Already talked about it in the well-deserved. But then he goes on top of the announce table. Like, I want this framed on my wall, and he can't let go of CM Punk. Now, a lot of people are going to put the cash-in on their best list. I understand why. I'm not, because it was surprising, and I could see it even being the right call, but to me, I really wanted a lengthy Drew McIntyre title run, but I do see positives in it, because now Drew McIntyre can complain more, because that's part of his persona, complaining about getting screwed, and he can totally 100% complain about that. But yeah, I wish it would have lasted longer, but I'm glad I got that. I think it was a 5-minute title reign. It was a classic 5-minute title reign. I'll tell you, maybe the best 5-minute title reign of all time. Only a couple more, and then we're done with the list. I really like that it's more mature now, and not mature like the Attitude Era. So, like, but there are some F-bombs, and I don't think cussing makes it mature. I don't think cussing makes it better. Actually, you know what? Maybe cussing does make it better. You know, sometimes, you know, you really want to heighten a sentence, you put an F-bomb in. However, if you put an F-bomb in every sentence, then it's meaningless. So when it is dropped, it's like, whoa. And I don't know. It just seemed really... It was like almost not insulting our intelligence. You know, I could bring a friend to watch wrestling, and it's like just the right level of absurdity and not too over the top with it. And it was just nice that I could feel my intelligence wasn't being insulted as a human being, but I could still watch it with my kids and enjoy it with my kids, because there wasn't, you know, evening gown matches in mud and jello, while just every other word was an F-bomb and just blood from every orifice of your body. It was just, I really liked this new feel of WrestleMania, and maybe I'm just like kind of, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong with that, but to me, it goes on the list. Number 9 is Logan Paul. He's just a joy to watch. He's such a good heel. Such a good heel. I love the fact that he bought the Prime ad in WrestleMania, because I hate that there's an advertising in the ring. I really do. I don't want, there's going to be so many classic moments, and there's going to be like, I just don't like the ring being, I do agree with Vince McMahon, the ring is sacred. However, it is what it is. They're going to sell advertisement, and Logan Paul decided, well, if someone's going to sell advertisement, they're going to hate whoever it is. I might as well be the guy who buys it because they already hate me, and they'll hate me more. And he is such a good heel. And my favorite part of that match really was when the Prime guy, exposed himself, and he started talking crap about Randy Orton, and Randy Orton just let him have it. You watch that kick. It looked pretty legit. I think the guy really made Orton mad. And then he just, he does the RKO on the announce table. He kind of took some liberties with the guy. And I think it's because, I don't know. It just looked a little more legit, and I laughed hard. Hey, if you're coming into the world of wrestling, you need to respect every single wrestler. Logan Paul has respected the game, and let me tell you guys, if you're coming with Logan Paul, you need to respect the game as much as Logan Paul did. Otherwise, you're going to get kicked like Randy did. So number 10 is Avengers Assemble, when all of Roman's ghosts of the past come to haunt him. Well, not all of them, Rey Mysterio wasn't there and whatever. It was great. You got, what do we have? We had Jey Uso, we had Seth Rollins, who, what we said in the first spot was the actual reason that Roman lost, in that he came out dressed as the Shield, was a shield for Cody, and took the chair shot, which allowed Cody to win. But we had Seth Rollins, we had John Cena, which made sense because Solo Sikoa's in there, and Solo's the one who put out John Cena, so John Cena comes and gets rid of him, which brings out The Rock. Rock and Cena have a history, and Rock gets his rock bottom in, which then brings out The Undertaker. Kind of weird, Undertaker. I see it from two things. One, it probably would have been better if it was Brock Lesnar. But they can't have Brock Lesnar right now because of implications in that lawsuit with Vince McMahon. We don't know what the deal is, but so he's staying away right now. Even though Triple H did say that Brock Lesnar's not done and he's just being Brock, I think it still has to do with the lawsuit, which so they had to leave him out of it. So okay, so why The Undertaker then? Someone had to be big enough to take off The Rock. It couldn't be Sami Zayn. Now, could it have been Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn? Maybe. That would have been cool. That would have been cool, but I get why it had to be someone big. And the Dead Man. Yeah, it's great to have Undertaker in WrestleMania. Great to see him. I popped. But you do want everything to make sense. And the only sense I can think of is that Undertaker is a locker room leader. And he had enough of Roman, his reign of terror. And the fact that Roman did defeat him. It was his second defeat at WrestleMania. Those are the only two things I can think of. And of course, Rock and Undertaker do have a past as well. But that's about it. Still really cool, and it did, because Undertaker is supernatural, everybody was gone except for Seth Rollins, Cody Rhodes, and Roman Reigns, and those, I just loved that everybody came out, to help with the cause, because this was bigger than themselves, this was bigger than anybody. It was about getting the championship back into just normal everyday life of the WWE. And that was WrestleMania 40. I do feel that there were some bad things with WrestleMania 40. I'll do another video on that. And overall, though, I do give it a thumbs up, and it was a historic moment. I cried. Well, I teared up. And I got rid of the tear before it came out, so I don't know if I would have cried or not. But I definitely wiped the water away from my eyes. So I should count that probably. I'm just gonna say I cried. I watered up. I teared up. I didn't cry. I'm a man. But yeah, you know what though? I still acknowledge my tribal chief, and I hope that you acknowledge the subscribe button. Please tell me what your favorite moments were, and if I was wrong about Sami Zayn. Should he have been in the top 10? Let me know in the comments below. And please subscribe, acknowledge that button, and have a great day.